Hi kids, my name's Jason, and today I'll be reading Hippo at the Hairdresser by Archie Ferris. Pauline rushed to her mailbox. Her anticipation was overwhelming. She pulled open the box, and inside she saw it, an invitation to Lord Hippo's annual ball. She screamed with delight, "Yippee!" She packed her ball gown into the trunk of her car and rushed to Seymour Skunk, her hairdresser. He only had a couple hours to work his magic on Pauline's hair before she had to be to the ball. Hippopotami don't have lavish hair. In fact, most have no hair at all. So when they're invited to fancy parties, it is critical they get fitted with a stylish wig. Seymour Skunk had the best wigs in the entire county. Pauline took a seat in the wig chair and started flipping through the vast catalog of wigs Seymour had on hand. Pauline had been to Lord Hippo's annual ball before, but this year, it was very special. There would be a hairstyle competition, and the winner would receive the coveted Best Hippo Hair Award. Her hair had to be perfect. "So, what are we going to do with your hair today, sweet Pauline?" asked Seymour. "Ooh, I can't even start to decide. Would you pick out a few and we can try them on?" she asked. "Oh, but of course!" And Seymour wheeled out an enormous cart full of every kind of wig you could imagine. The first wig Seymour brought out was in a very tall, spiky case. When he opened it, Pauline expected a dinosaur to jump out. Instead, it was a very pointy mohawk that was black at the base and bright purple at the tip of each spike. "Oh my!" gasped Pauline as Seymour placed the wig upon her head. "What an impressive piece of hair! But I don't think it's right for me. It's too bold." "Okay, something softer then." Seymour pulled a brown, fuzzy wig from the bottom of the cart. He placed one end on Pauline's forehead and unrolled it down her back all the way to the floor. Pauline felt the wig, and it was indeed very soft, but then she looked in the mirror and shrieked, "Ah!" In the mirror, a growling bear was staring back at her. Seymour had placed his finest bear rug wig on her head. "What do you think? Very elegant, right?" encouraged Seymour. "Oh, yeah, very elegant," replied Pauline. She didn't want to be rude and offend Seymour, but this wig scared her and it was really hot. "I'm just wondering if it'll be too warm and make it hard to dance." "Oh, of course, what was I thinking?" And with that, Seymour whisked the bear rug off her head. "Miss Pauline, I know what you need. Something colorful, something exciting, something unexpected." Seymour was digging furiously through his wig cart. "Ah, here it is." He pulled out a very curly, very bouncy, rainbow-colored clown wig from an old box marked Hippo Circus. He put the wig on Pauline's head and spun her around so she could look in the mirror. After a moment of shocked silence, both Pauline and Seymour burst into laughter. This wig was way too silly. Seymour went into the back and wheeled out a new cart, put it right by Pauline, and then scurried off. Pauline was curious to see what the next wig would be and looked at the cart. She was surprised by what she saw, but willing to try anything. On the cart was a tub of frosting, a mound of cooked spaghetti, and 6 fish sticks. Pauline shrugged her shoulders and dug in. She spread a thick layer of frosting all over her head. It was white, and in this light looked like she had very short blonde hair. Then she started adding strands of spaghetti. She was very careful not to clump the noodles, and after about 5 minutes she had a full head of blonde, flowing spaghetti hair, and it smelled really great. She added the fish sticks as round curls. She was smiling when Seymour returned, very proud of her work. "Where's my lunch?" exclaimed Seymour. "It was right here on this cart." "Oops." Pauline's face turned red. "I think I'm wearing it." "Oh, Pauline, that looks fabulous," Seymour reassured. "But unfortunately, it won't last the night and might even start to smell." They laughed again, and then took the wig off of Pauline's head and put it into a bowl. Skunks eat strange things for lunch. "You seem to be feeling a little adventurous. I have a brand new wig that might be just perfect for you." The wig box was humming. Seymour was wearing a funny hat with a net around his face. As he pulled the wig out of the box, a bee flew by Pauline's face. "Bee! No, wait, bees!" yelled Pauline. "Hold still. They can smell fear," instructed Seymour, as he lowered an actual beehive onto Pauline's head. "You're going to want to be very careful not to jump up and down too much at the ball, darling. They can be kind of skittish." "Take it off! Take it off!" Seymour put the hive back into its box and looked around for something a little less exciting. "How do you feel about worms?" he asked. "No thanks." "I do have this wig named Bernice. She's kind of heavy, and you have to make sure to feed her. Are you allergic to wool?" Pauline decided that perhaps an extravagant wig wasn't for her. She wondered if maybe she should just do something simple. "Actually, Seymour, I was wondering, do you have something simple? A bow, perhaps? Something pink?" asked Pauline. Seymour pulled a shiny pink bow from a wooden box. He clipped it to the small tuft of hair on Pauline's head. "Thank you." "It's perfect," Seymour said, as he kissed Pauline on the back of her hand. She immediately ran to her car and rushed across town to the ball. She was right on time. Lord Hippo was at the door greeting everyone as they entered the main hall. He bowed to Pauline. She paused, curtsied, and walked inside. There were flowers and streamers and sparkly lights. The ball was beautiful. She walked by a very large mirror and thought her dress was perfect, but she worried her hair was too plain. That's when she started noticing all the other ladies at the ball. The hippo wigs on display ran the gamut from bizarre to downright insane. Pauline saw one hippo walking by crying, "I'm going home. No one wants to talk to a girl with worm hair." And she marched right past Lord Hippo and out the front door. Then she thought she saw a bear, but it was just Cora McGrude wearing a bear rug on her head. She was very hot and lumbering toward the kitchen to put her head in the refrigerator. Pauline walked by an embarrassed clown crying in the corner, and a poor hippo with a sweater stuck to her spiky wig. That's when 3 footmen came running by yelling, "Bernice, stop!" Pauline saw a sheep hiding under the punch table. Finally, it was time for the style competition. There were only 2 hippos left at the ball, Pauline and a very attractive hippo with beehive hair. The judges had the contestants march up and down in a line. Pauline was doing great, but was a little concerned when she saw the other hippo bouncing up and down very quickly. A bee flew out of the hive. Then another and another. Soon the stage was covered in a cloud of angry, swarming bees. "Ouch!" cried the beehive-wearing hippo. She had been stung on the tip of her nose and realized her wig was alive. She tried to pull it off, but it was stuck to her head with honey. "To the fountain!" shouted Lord Hippo. "Jump headfirst into the grand fountain before it's too late!" The hippo, the beehive, and a swarm of bees darted out the front door and landed headfirst in the grand fountain. That left only Pauline in the style competition. She won! She won! Pauline and her simple pink bow were crowned Best Hippo Hair. She was very pleased. The end. Hey kids, Archie wants to see your art. So go ahead and pick your favorite scene from this story, maybe it's Pauline in one of her crazy wigs, and send it along to Archie. Parents, you can send it along to Archie at archieferris.com or tweet him at archieferris. And your drawing might end up in a future show. And parents, speaking of activities, you can go to archieferris.com/hippo, and there you will find a PDF of this story you can read to your kids, a couple of coloring pages, and a maze, as well as an MP3 version of this story you can play at any time. You can also subscribe to the Archie Alert to get an email when new stories are posted. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.